I've generated over $2 million for online coaches most people never heard of. And after doing this for years, across dozens of clients, I've come to realize that making money online has nothing to do with how good your offer is, and it has everything to do with how the human brain actually works. Every follow, booked call, and purchase is driven by psychological triggers happening in people's brains. And once you understand those triggers, you can sell almost anything. Even a $22,000 coaching package with just 13,000 followers. So, in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the 6 marketing principles I use to generate over $2 million in client revenue. And just to show you that I'm not lying, here's all the screenshots. Feel free to pause it to check it out for yourself. Now, it all starts with one word, which is contrast, which is essentially having an ability to make something stand out from the rest. And whenever I'm onboarding a new client and entering a new market, I always ask myself, how can I create a gap between what people are currently consuming and something completely different that will instantly grab their attention with the marketing that I'm doing for them? Because the thing is that humans are extremely habitual creatures, and that goes for good habits and bad habits. So essentially the goal with your marketing is to break the pattern, is to essentially break the habit of, for example, them instantly scrolling when they see a reel. Or a habit of just moving on instead of clicking on a page. You have to break that pattern, and Shelby Sapp is a perfect example of that. Before she entered the sales market, she looked at every one of her competitors, analyzed their content, and saw that everybody is making this polished content, filmed with the camera. It was always fully scripted. So what did she do? She essentially made something completely different, completely opposite, that people never saw before, and it instantly grabbed their attention. She just grabbed her phone and started making these raw iPhone videos in her car. And it went absolutely viral, and it was the format that now everybody's copying, but she was one of the first people in the sales space to do it. Now, the reason why that is so important is because in 2026, most of you watching this video operate in level 4 and level 5 market sophistication. So, in order for you to stand out, you have to be different even from your top competitors, and what this is gonna allow you to do is to become an industry leader that people are actually gonna remember and also buy into. So the goal here is not just to like resonate with the market, but it's really to make the highest level of contrast possible, to really go against the entire industry, and through this your marketing is essentially gonna stand out. People are gonna wait, and yeah, you're gonna break that habit, so they're gonna consume whatever you put in front of their face. Now, creating the highest degree of contrast doesn't just apply to your marketing material, it also applies to how your offer is positioned in the market. And I hear so many people that are saying, just like, don't focus on the red ocean, go with the blue ocean strategy. But the thing is that like the demand cannot be created, it can only be transferred. So with every single one of my clients, we don't go after the red ocean, we also don't go after the blue ocean, we go after the purple ocean, something right here in the middle. And I'm gonna use Shelby Sapp as an example one more time. She essentially entered proven market where there was already a lot of demand, and what she did, she essentially like niched down. Instead of serving everybody in the high ticket sales space, she decided to only focus on women who are currently working a part-time or like a 9-to-5 job and are between 18 to 30 years old. So essentially the demand's already there. Obviously there is a few competitors, but she was still early on, and she was not competing like with billion-dollar corporations that obviously operate in other red markets. And it's one of the reasons why she's been able to grow so fast. Now that you understand the foundation of marketing, let me walk you through the 6 marketing principles I used to generate over $2 million in clients' revenue. Starting with volume before quality. I see so many people who are trying to optimize every part of their marketing before they ever publish their first ad. They're overthinking their content, trying to make it perfect before they ever posted that piece of content. And the thing is that you don't know what quality even looks like because your market hasn't responded to anything yet. You don't have any data, so you're just either making decisions based on emotions or something that's in your head, which we all know doesn't lead to great results. And there's something called a 10,000 hour rule, which essentially states that if you do something for 10,000 hours, you're gonna master that skill, and it's gonna be inevitable for you to see the outcome. So don't be afraid to get your hands dirty, go in the trenches, like do the work that's required. And yeah, in the beginnings, you have to do the unscalable to scale. The next lesson is money loves speed. And right now I'm gonna walk you through something that you're probably already familiar with, and we all learned it in the middle school. It's called the scientific method. It starts with observe, question, research, experiment, test, conclude, and then report. And essentially what we're trying to do is just compress the time between experimenting and conclusion. Like, that's why doing a lot of volume is extremely important. And this kind of ties into the first lesson that I just walked you guys through. You just have to put in the reps. You have to put in the work, post the content, launch the ads, get the data, and then make decisions based on that, and then just compress the time between the experimenting and obviously the conclusions that you're making. Iterate on that, and you're gonna get better and better and better over time. So by the time you hit that 10,000 hour mark, you're gonna be a great marketer, and you're gonna know exactly how to convert in the market you're operating in. And this scientific method is the same thing that I'm applying to this YouTube channel at the moment. 1 month ago, I lost my Instagram account, so I decided to go all in on this channel. But in the past, I was always just posting 1 time per week. Now, what I decided to do now is to post 3 times per week, and essentially what allows me to do is I'm compressing the time between the experiment and conclusion. I'm getting more data than ever before, which allows me to iterate faster, and it's gonna allow me to grow this channel and scale my business faster than ever before. Now, the next marketing principle is track your marketing data like your business depends on it, because it does. Like, literally anything before you get data is just an assumption, and you should ignore it. Last year, somebody approached me and told me, Martin, like, my coaching business is not scaling at all, like nothing is working. And I hopped on a call with him and asked him, all right, walk me through the numbers, show me like what's going on. And he said he doesn't really track anything, and I learned that a few months after that his business came crumbling down because he was just making very irrational decisions based on his emotions. Now obviously there's a lot of funnels out there, but for my clients I always implement the profile funnel or the webinar funnel because they're operating in the info space, and these are just some numbers that are applicable for B2C and B2B in the info space. That's why the range is a bit bigger. Cost per profile visit should be between 10 to 30 cents, cost per qualified follower between 2 to 15, total qualified followers from the ads that you're running 30 to 50%, sometimes can be even higher if you come across like a winning ad. New conversation started should be 80% of those, all of those people that come through. Cost per qualified appointment should be between $75 to $100. Show up rate, obviously, 75, 95. ROAS between 5 to 15x, and obviously the lifetime value depends heavily on the offer that you're running, but it shouldn't be anything below 3,000. But obviously the more you can get it up, the better. Now, the next marketing principle is bigger the claim, bigger the proof. Most people don't succeed with their marketing because they're making wild claims they either can't or don't support. Like, as I said earlier in the video, most of you watching this video operate in level 4 or level 5 market sophistication. Now, what this means is that like these people are more skeptical than ever before. Like, the trust is at an all-time low across the industry. So you need to show them more proof so they can decide, all right, this is somebody that's actually legit. They're not just throwing around wild claims. They can actually deliver on the results they're talking about, and they're competent. Now, one of the best ways to showcase that through your marketing is obviously through in-person client testimonials, preferably on like nice looking locations. It can also be done through like podcast studios and stuff like that, but this is one of the best ways. It doesn't really matter in what kind of niche you operate. If you have like a fitness coaching business, make money online offers, like even if you're like operating in different markets outside the info space, having video testimonials from clients either using your products or obviously going through your service will always crush. And then, as I said, like the bigger the claim that you have, like it's not really gonna hurt your business if you show more proof. So really shower people with social proof. And obviously another great way of doing it, if you're operating through the info space or like you get a lot of your clients through Instagram, is to go heavy on Instagram stories and really spam social proof there every single day. Now, the next marketing principle is follow-ups dictate your future. Data shows that between like 30 to 50% of your sales are gonna come from follow-ups. So like if you don't have email follow-ups through Calendly after people book, or like SMS confirmations after people book in a call, or even like just DM follow-ups that your setter is doing, you're just losing so much money. And the difference between something that works and something that doesn't is your follow-ups when it comes to like really scaling campaigns and your marketing. So before you go out there and you decide to make a brand new funnel, run new ads, post new content, like literally do everything from the start, really ask yourself, like, are you following up with intention? And obviously you're also looking at the details. You're not just like following up for sake of following up. Like there's a proven system implemented there, which is again made based on data, not on your emotions, because this is something that destroys so many businesses. I saw it firsthand, like it's literally crazy. Then the last marketing principle is retargeting is literally the easiest way for you to make money. Like these people already watched all of your content, they follow you, they expressed their interest, or maybe they even had a sales call with you, but obviously they still didn't convert yet. But they know you, they like you, and pretty much they trust you to some degree as well. So like literally every business should be running remarketing campaigns no matter who you are. It doesn't matter, like if your business operates through Google, you can do retargeting there. Through YouTube, you can do retargeting there. Obviously, ideally, through Instagram is one of the best ways to do it as well, or like utilizing Meta. It doesn't matter through which kind of platform you operate in and where your business is located, you can retarget people there. And what you're gonna see is that like cost per lead or like cost per acquisition is gonna be 1/5 of the cost compared to the cold traffic that you're usually running. So it's literally a no-brainer, and like it's the easiest money that you will ever make.